Now let's go through some common apps and look through the service requirements for these apps. First app, file transfer. This is a very classic app as most of the files contain text. So here, no loss. Now the file transfers oftentimes does not require it being sent in a timely fashion, so no delay requirement. It's not time sensitive at all. As a result, there's no need of bandwidth guarantee. The bandwidth can be very, very low, but we are not expecting it arriving at a specific time anyway, so it's very elastic. So things like Dropbox, when you move a file into your Dropbox folder, you see that Dropbox there might be doing the uploading for days. As you know, most of our household network, the uplink bandwidth is very narrow. Okay. Now, similarly, you can probably project email, web documents being also text. Then we demand no loss, and there's no delay requirement. Therefore, there's no specific bandwidth requirement. Real-time audio video, however, very different. As we were talking just now, there are loss tolerant, right? Because if we miss just a short fragment, we could actually fill in ourselves. And for interactive audio video, what's even more interesting is that, hey, when we were speaking over internet phone service, if I miss something you say, I'll just say, hey, hello, you were breaking up last sentence. Could you repeat that? In a way, the human beings can serve as a reliable service on top of the internet, on top of your app. Okay. So, no loss, not that important. Instead, let's tolerate loss for audio-video apps. But, hey, real-time audio-video, we do demand a certain bandwidth guarantee. So, audio in particular demands lower. 5 kilobits per second should be sufficient, but anything lower than that is not really audible, perceivable. Video requirements is higher, 10 kilobits per second minimum, but the quality was really bad. Okay, it's probably okay for a real-time video conference so that you just see the facial expression. Sometimes with 10 kilobits per second, you don't see the subtle facial expression. Yeah, and these days, hey, spoiled users might be demanding this much. Very good quality video, very good quality audio. So I was just listening to an online concert from Berlin Philharmonic. Yeah, I would really prefer a higher bit rate for those audio streams, you see. And delay sensitivity, because they are real-time applications, very much sensitive to delay. And we want the delay to be lower than 100 milliseconds. Now, store audio video is slightly different from real-time audio video. And it differs here. The tolerance of delay. It is delay sensitive. If you're watching Netflix, on a daily basis, you see. Although you do not require that it's real time, but you do want the video being played smoothly. As the network bandwidth fluctuates, you can only tolerate to a certain amount of these fluctuates. So what Netflix and YouTube, these type of stored audio video services, are doing is to, hey, have a startup delay. So once you click into a Netflix video, you see that it's waiting, it's buffering. Yeah, for a few seconds. Yeah, that's the delay we were talking about here. Yes, it's delay sensitive, but it's not as sensitive as the real-time audio video streaming services. All right. Oh, by the way, it's delay sensitive. It's because, hey, you don't want to wait for a minute, right, for the video to start playing. Next is the games. Most of the games are interactive. So you see, delay requirement, back to yes and 100 milliseconds. Game data, the volume is much lower than the audio videos. So we do see we need some guarantee, but it's very low. Maybe just a couple kilobits per second. And in some cases, the game data are loss tolerant. But recently, the games are growingly complex. You might want to think about this again. Older games, loss tolerance. But recent games or a new game that you'll be designing, you want to ponder real hard before you decide whether you use a reliable service or a non-reliable service. Last is text messaging. Well, you will not be surprised that, hey, we see no loss here. And text messages, very, very brief, very short. It's unlike game. Game is actually a stream of short packets, a stream, continuous streams of game data. Okay, it's just that the game data is not as big as the audio video data. Now, text messages very, very short, even smaller than a file, email, or web. So, very elastic, no bandwidth requirement. Now, delay requirement. In text messaging, it's really getting complex also these days. In the older days, I don't know if you heard about this text messaging app called ICQ. ICQ. That's actually means I seek you. I'm looking for you. So in this app, when I was playing it the first time, I type up a message to my friend. I didn't get a reply in another day. So in the older days, people are not expecting very timely reply. But these days, people are using these texting apps so often, and many of us are using it in professional communication. Then real-time feedback is required. Okay, in some cases. So that was common apps and the service requirements.